At this point, my adventure here in Morrowind was going fairly smoothly. After some initial confusion and some social missteps, my willingness to put up with frustrating conversationalists was paying off. After some painful information gathering, I had finally met with Caius Casadas. The package I was told to deliver to him turned out to be a note from the Emperor himself, saying that I was to be made a member of the Blades, which was like the Emperor's secret service. It was pretty cool. Caius thought I needed a bit more worldly experience before I was ready to do any official Blades business, and he recommended that I join one of the local guilds. I chose the Mages Guild. After a very brief interview, I was granted full membership as an associate of the guild.
Welcome, associate.
My first official duties as a new member were to come from a mage named Ajira, here in Balmora's Mages Guild Hall. She was a cute kitty cat lady, and apparently interested in alchemy, judging by the ingredients and apparatuses with which she surrounded herself.
What brings you to Ajira's shop? Do you want duties from Ajira? Do you want the local brews? Or help in a fight? Some Telvanni bugmas? Or a way to reach the high places?
What kind of high places are you talking about? Wait, is that a sexual thing?
Yes, Ajira knows. You have the, what do you call it? The curiosity? Yes, Ajira likes to reach on the high places too. And Ajira has just the potion for you. A potion of rising force.
Whoa, was she coming on to me? My desires? Rising force? What the heck, I'm no pervert. Besides, I try to date only within my species. Does that make me a bad guy? Look, you're cute, and I appreciate it, but I'm here for business, not pleasure. I told her I was a new member of the guild, here to get duties.
Yes, Ajira has duties for you. Before Ajira can be a journeyman in the Mages Guild, Ajira must study local mushrooms.
Ah, gross. Fungus? Oh, gross. Fungus? Here I was thinking my first day in the Mages Guild would involve, magic? Studying mushrooms, huh? And I suppose you want me to go out and find some for you.
To finish Ajira's report, Ajira needs samples of Luminous Rosala, Violet Coprinus, Bungler's Bane, and Hyphaphassia. Ajira knows you can find all these on the Bitter Coast. The easiest way is to go south along the River Odai until you see a wooden bridge across the river. Get out of the river there and find a path west over the hills.
So you want me to go find you mushrooms? In a swamp? Great. I feel like a real mage already. But whatever, if I have to romp around in the mud for a while to build up my cover story, my Mages Guild career, so be it. I scribbled the directions to the mushroom place in my journal. I'd hate to get lost out there. Ajira, look, you want like 4 different kinds of mushrooms. How am I supposed to know what to look for? Did you assume I'm obsessed with mushrooms just like you are, you freak?
Rosala comes from a short, smelly toadstool, which is brown on top.
Oh.
Coprinus comes from a long-stemmed toadstools, which glow blue at night.
Oh.
Bungler's Bane grows on trees and sometimes other things.
Oh.
It looks like the tree has brown shelves. Ajira wants you not to eat Bungler's Bane.
No.
Hyphaphassia looks much like Bungler's Bane and grows like a shelf on trees and other things.
Oh.
Hyphaphassia is safe to eat, but make sure it is not Bungler's Bane.
Well, there it was. My first official assignment as a new mage. Not very glamorous, but it would have to do. I just had to remember why I was doing this. It was all a trick. Everybody thought I was an aspiring mage, but I was actually a cool secret agent man. I was fooling everyone. Tee-hee. Tee-hee-hee-hee. Since I was going to be stomping around in mud and touching fungus, I thought it would be a good idea if I left my exquisite robes and shoes and cool hat in the Mages Guild rest area until I got back. If there was ever a use for my old prison clothes, muckraking was it. Ajira seemed like a nice enough kitty cat lady. After dealing with so many humans lately, it was kind of fun to talk to a member of a beast race for a change. Can I say that? Beast race? Okay. Anyway. As I was leaving the safety of the town's walls, I suddenly became a little bit nervous. Was I really ready to venture out on my own? So far, I've spent all my time in Satanin and Balmora, two very peaceful places. Was I even armed? I gripped my iron dagger tightly, but I've never really felt comfortable with blades. I think I might be more of a blunt object swinging kind of guy. I swiftly galloped out of town and along the riverbank. It was a beautiful day, and I enjoyed watching the reflections in the ripples on the surface of the water. I thought about my assignment. I needed some blue mushrooms from the ground and some brown ones from a tree. I passed by a rather large, pale, pink-colored insect that was crawling on the ground. It made a sort of relaxing noise and didn't seem to react to my presence at all. I never really cared for bugs, I guess because I never got too acquainted with them. The only things I was used to seeing crawl on the ground in the Imperial City were skooma junkies. I looked up and noticed two fellows relaxing by a fire near what looked like a mine entrance. I waved and shouted a greeting to them.
A cat lady told me to go get some mushrooms. It's important.
Okay.
I like those guys. I continued down the riverbank and past the wooden swinging bridge. The landscape started to incline. I noticed a change in the plant life. There was a big mushroom the size of a tree near the crest of the hill. Probably too big to collect. As I crested the hill, I looked out upon this new environment. There were many trees and pools of water. I started walking down the hill. I needed to find those mushrooms. I noticed a rather large worm schlooping around near a tree by the pool. I wanted to get a closer look as I'd never seen a creature like this before. That other bug I'd found didn't seem to mind my presence, so I figured it would be the same with this little worm guy. I approached it slowly, and I was shocked to find that it immediately started gracefully leaping and rushed at me. I didn't know worms could rush. I drew my dagger and started swinging wildly. The worm spewed green stuff at me from its mouth. My dagger was slicing beautifully, but unfortunately, it was mostly slicing the air.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
I guess I really should go to the blades trainers like Caius told me. In my defense, I thought I was going to be doing nerdy mage stuff, not battling massive worms.
Why won't you die?
Eventually, I was able to connect my blade to the worm's soft body enough times to slay it.
Hi, you wormy fuck.
I was very relieved when it gasped out its last breath. I don't know what worms do. I'm trying to be dramatic. I sheathed my dagger and wiped a little bit of green slime off my pants. Good thing I left my good robes in the guild hall. It was time to calm down and refocus on the task at hand. Finding mushrooms! I got a bit closer to the water and looked across the pool. I was dismayed to spot a pack of 3 beasts just on the other side of the water. I'd had enough trouble with the worm that I didn't feel confident about my chances against 3 large dog-like creatures. I was going to have to avoid them. I walked back the direction from which I'd come and happened to notice a small cluster of mushrooms next to a rock.
It's a rock.
This was a welcome surprise. I determined that these were 2 of the types of mushrooms I needed, so all that was left were the 2 tree shelf types. I looked on the nearest tree to my left and was happy to find that the other 2 mushrooms I was looking for were right there on the side of the tree, just as Ajira had said. Well, that was a lot easier than expected. I did it! I completed the quest! Damn, I'm good. I smiled and walked back over the hill. I nodded to my mushroom tree friend as I strutted back up the river toward Balmora. I greeted my buddies by the fire again. They were pleased to see that I'd succeeded.
I got attacked by a worm, but it's okay because I found the mushrooms and I'm going back to town now. Thanks, guys. See you later. All right.
I passed underneath the magnificent Silt Strider and made my way down the street, past the shops and townsfolk that had all become so familiar to me already. Entering the Mages Guild Hall, I bounded down the stairs and approached Ajira again.
Has Anus found the mushrooms Ajira needs? Do you have samples of all the mushrooms? Luminous Russula, Violet Coprinus, Bungler's Bane,
Got that
and
one.
Hyphaphascia?
Yes, here they are. I pulled the slimy samples from my pockets and handed each of them to Ajira. Her big eyes lit up with each exchange. I swear I heard purring.
Yes, these are all good samples. Now Ajira can write the report and be a journeyman of the Mages Guild. Ajira has made potions for you to take in return. Ajira is no great alchemist yet, but Ajira thinks you can use these.
She handed me 4 bottles of a murky blue-green liquid. Ajira told me they would help heal any minor wounds I might suffer in my travels. I doubted that would happen. I smelled one and was surprised that it smelled kind of good. A sort of earthy, sweet aroma. I thanked her for the potions and the opportunity to prove my worth to the guild. I'd done a wonderful job and everyone was impressed. I was a real asset to the guild, and frankly, they're lucky that I decided to join. Well, that's done. Thanks, AJ. You were always good to me. I'll see you at graduation. I strode victoriously toward the entrance to inform the guild steward of my success. As I approached her, I locked in eye contact and gave her a knowing nod. I greeted her with a sly smile. Hello. You'll be pleased to hear that I've completed my duties for the Mages Guild and I'm ready to graduate. Thanks for letting me become a mage. What's next?
I don't have any duties for an associate, but you may be ready for advancement.
Advancement? Nah. I'm ready to graduate. Straight to the top, baby.
Congratulations! You are now officially Arsanus, the apprentice. Study diligently and perform your duties.
Oh, apprentice. Great, cool. So like I was saying, maybe you didn't hear me, I already completed my duties.
I don't have any duties for an apprentice. Speak with me again when you've proven yourself. In the meantime, speak with Ajira. I believe she may have some small tasks for you.
Ah, okay. I see how this works. I was just getting started, apparently. I was probably going to be stuck doing jobs for Ajira for years! Great! I gave the guild stewardess side eyes as I turned to walk back downstairs. I wondered when I was going to be shown a little respect around here. I might be the best guy in the building, but nobody's giving me a chance. Grumble. Eyes on the prize, eyes on the prize. Pleasing Caius. Pleasing Caius. I entered Ajira's office once again and asked her what else she needed. Okay, Agi, what's next for my duties? Rocks? It's rocks, isn't it? You want me to collect rocks.
Yes, Ajira has more duties for Arsanus. Ajira made a bet with Galbadir.
I never took you for the betting type. What kind of bet did you make?
Ajira made a bet with Galbadir that Ajira would be a journeyman before Galbadir. Now Ajira must study these mushrooms and write a report. Ajira wants you to give Galbadir a fake soul gem.
Oh, what the fuck? A fake soul gem, really? Where did you get a fake soul gem and why?
Ajira has made a fake soul gem. Take it and put it in Galbadir's desk upstairs. Galbadir should be coming downstairs to talk with Mara and Dren, so no one will see you do this thing.
What, so now?
Yes, go, now.
Okay. This was exactly the kind of deception and mischief I was trying to get away from. Just when I think I'm out, they keep pulling me back in. I was pretty upset, but I thought, whatever, let's get this over with. I took her stupid fake soul gem and walked across the stupid room up the stupid hallway. I passed by Galbadir on the way up the hallway. Stupid idiot had no idea I was doing this stupid thing. I went upstairs to her desk to make the switch. There were extremely expensive soul gems just strewn about on the desktop, and she just walked away. I could have taken every single one of them if I'd wanted to. If I wasn't trying to be such a good boy, I would have. I opened the desk drawer and found a lesser soul gem inside. It looked almost identical to the fake one Ajira had given me. It was just a matter of pulling the old switcheroo. I took the soul gem from the desk drawer and replaced it with the fake. I resisted the urge to pocket every gem on the tabletop. My life of crime was behind me, and I had no need for money anyway. I was above such things.
Ha! I'm a good boy, damn it.
With the fake soul gem placed in the desk, I went back down to report to Ajira. Galbadir was in the main room, talking with Moraine Dren, just like Ajira had predicted. Probably talking about stupid magic stuff.
Fucking idiot.
I approached Ajira with the massive weight of my shameful deed weighing on the corners of my mouth.
Has Ennis put the fake soul gem in Galbadir's desk?
Yes, I put the fake soul gem in Galbadir's desk.
You have put the gem in the desk as Ajira asked? Ajira thanks you.
She seemed genuinely surprised. I felt stupid. I told Ajira that I really did not appreciate being asked to do shady mischief like that. I was trying to be a good person, and that job really didn't seem like official Mages Guild stuff. I requested that any future duties should be honest work only.
Okay, so now I guess you'll probably win the bet with Galbadir.
Now Ajira will win the bet with Galbadir.
Right, and you know I helped you with that. Thanks for getting me involved, by the way. And I'm happy to help, but if you're going to give me duties, just make sure they're honest and true from now on, okay?
Ajira must now study local flowers.
Ah, for Talos' sake.
I needed a break. I decided to go out for a drink and grab a bite to eat. I put on my fancy robes and shoes and hat and headed up to street level.
I believe she.
In the meantime, speak with Ajira. I believe she knows some small task for her.
Well, it's hard to read things
I know.
with an
I
accent.
know all about it.
Shit.
I fucking know.
You fucking know.
I fucking know all
I'm
about
not a
it.
professional
I
here.
invented this. I know all about
You
it.
invented it. In the meantime, speak with Ajira. I believe she may have some small tasks for you. You. Duties!